first want to say thank you so much for the support and views on my last video. I got over 1K views. I never expected that. I am so happy. Like, I can literally, anytime I see the video, I'm just like, I get so excited. Just thank you so much for everyone that showed support over all my videos and especially my last one. On my Instagram, I asked what would you like to see between conspiracy theories, murders, and kidnapping. It was basically a tie in between kidnapping and murder. I think maybe there was like one more vote for murder, so I just decided why don't I combine. So I found a case that is really sad, and it is on kidnapping and murder. So stay tuned for more videos and please enjoy this one. Again, I do not mean any disrespect. All of the information I have found is online, and I hope everyone is staying safe during the lockdown and COVID-19 pandemic. Sorry, my eyes are like bare. I didn't put any mascara on because it's kind of a pain to get off. So yeah, moving on, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Who is Travis Glass? He was convicted of murdering a 13-year-old, Steffini Wilkins, while in the process of kidnapping her. Steffini was the daughter of Elizabeth Campbell, who owned and ran a tavern in Hannibal, Missouri, called Old Milt's. How did Travis Glass, a 22-year-old, know Steffini, a 13-year-old? In March 2001, Campbell hired Glass as a bartender. During his employment, Glass went to Campbell's home, also in Hannibal, on at least 3 occasions. There were also occasions when Steffini would visit the bar during the day, where Glass would talk to her and joke around with her. He once called her a hottie. Glass also spoke with Steffini on the telephone. Approximately 2 weeks before Steffini's murder, Campbell fired Glass. On May 24, 2001, at 8:30, Campbell left for work and took her 2 sons to the babysitter. Steffini stayed home. That evening, Steffini talked with a friend on the phone from 10:40 p.m. until 11:15 or 11:30 p.m. Meanwhile, at the Old Milt's, Campbell saw Glass drinking beer. When he got up to leave, she told him to be sure to take his belongings that were behind the bar. Glass responded and said he had his things and turned to leave. Before exiting, he looked at Campbell in the eye and gave her a very snide sneer, then walked out the door. Glass left the tavern in his car, a 1996 black Oldsmobile, between 11:10 and 11:15 p.m. Around 1 a.m., Michael King awoke to the sound of Glass honking his horn and flashing his headlights into King's bedroom. King and Glass were friends, so he got dressed and went outside. When King got to the car, Glass asked King if he hated him. King got into the passenger side, and they sat in King's driveway smoking cigarettes and talking for about 2 hours. During this time, King noticed Glass was dirty and muddy. He also noticed a mark or an injury on the palm of Glass's hand. Before Glass left, he asked King to replace a fuse in the trunk. He was working under the hood and he found a size D flashlight battery next to the windshield wipers. When Campbell came home from work around 3 a.m., Steffini was nowhere to be seen. During the early hours of May 25, 2001, a fisherman spotted a female body on the Indian Access Road at the Salt River Campground in Rouse County. The nude body, later identified as the body of Steffini Wilkins, was lying face down in the grass with her head turned to the right. I'm about to go into the injuries. They are very gruesome, so viewer discretion is advised. Please skip if you don't want to hear about this part. An autopsy revealed abrasions all over Steffini's face and body. She also had multiple bruises on her face, swollen eyes, and a laceration above her right eyebrow. There was linear abrasions on Steffini's back, which were consistent with being dragged. The autopsy also revealed multiple hemorrhages in the head, suggesting a blunt trauma injury caused by a fist or an object. Steffini had 6 linear abrasions on the right side of her neck, which corresponded from the bra strap that was tied around her neck. It also showed that the bra strap must have been moved multiple times whilst he was trying to suffocate her. There was also hemorrhages in her kidney and appendix, and damage to her lower region, which was evidence that she was either sexually assaulted or raped. The coroner ruled that the cause of death was asphyxiation secondary to compression of the neck by a ligature. That is the end of the injuries. Corporal David Hall, a criminal investigator for the Missouri Highway Patrol, examined the scene and seized hairs found on Steffini's back. Other officers found a piece of bra strap up the roadway and noted several impressions in the mud near Steffini's body. The officers also discovered several pieces of a broken flashlight in the parking lot. Sergeant Lozano was also called to the scene. Whilst he was investigating, his detectives were sent to Campbell's home, where they learned from Campbell's neighbor that he had seen a black Oldsmobile at Campbell's home the night before around 11:30 p.m. Campbell informed the officers that Glass was the only person she knew who drove that car. After checking motor vehicle records, they confirmed that the 1996 black Oldsmobile was registered Travis Glass. Sometime before noon on May 25th, they went to Glass's home, where they saw the exact same car parked in the driveway. When they arrived at the house, Glass's grandparents and uncle were outside. Glass came outside to speak to them. The sergeant asked Glass if he had any information about Steffini's disappearance. Glass denied knowing anything about it. The sergeant also asked him if he had ever been to her house. He said no and gave an account about where he was the night before. Lozano asked Glass about the clothes he had been wearing. Glass told them they were inside the washer. They saw the clothes in the washer and they observed that there was a lot of sand on the clothes still and at the bottom of the washing machine. They received a search warrant for Glass's car. They saw that there was signs of struggle on the hood and trunk of the car. They saw very distinct mud smears that appeared to come from small fingers being dragged across the trunk of the car. The sergeant asked Glass how the mud got there. Glass responded he had no idea how. He seized hairs that were on the trunk and hood of the car. Officers also seized a pair of blue jeans from the back of the car. What was later confirmed to be Steffini's blood was also found on the front license plate in the exterior of the car. Glass gave 3 written statements over a period of hours. The first was given to Lozano and was not preceded by a Miranda warning, which is the right to remain silent. The last 2 did have Miranda warnings, and he had to sign a waiver. As you can imagine, the 3 statements were all completely different. After his last statement, he was arrested and examined. He had scratches on his upper right shoulder. Sexual assault kits were taken from Glass and Steffini, which included hair, saliva, and blood samples. However, no fluid was emitted at trial. DNA material extracted from blood found on Glass's license plate, the jeans found in the back seat, and a hair from Glass's trunk were all consistent with Steffini's DNA profile and not Glass's. The hairs found on Steffini's back were consistent with Glass's pubic hairs. A hair seized from Glass's trunk was found to be similar to Steffini's hair. The most unique and rare evidence that tied Glass to the scene was glitter particles found on Steffini's bedspread, the license plate from Glass's car, and the jeans that were seized. They all had the same physical characteristics, including the same cut around the edges, which indicated they were from the same glitter cutter. Steffini had many products in her bedroom that contained glitter, including gel pens, finger polish, and body spray. Glass was arrested. However, he was sentenced to death in November 2002. However, it changed to life without parole. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe for more, and also let me know what cases you want me to do or cover next. Just comment them down below and follow my social media.